folks. So for those still having challenges with the basics, I wanted to do a very quick one to see how much this can help you. And so there are two basic things that you need to get a hold of when you start, and these are the very basics. Number one, what kind of information can you process with the computer? And then number two, how can you store this information in the computer? And that is what introduces us to the whole concept of data types and then variables. Okay, so these two are tightly connected. In the basics of the whole thing, you can store two basic types of data. You have numbers and you have text. Okay, numbers are usually the common type of information that we store, and it can be an integer, it can be a floating point number, it can be a complex number, etc. All kinds of numbers. So for example, if you wanted to see an integer 1, 2, 3, all the positive numbers, they are integers, and you can have the negative numbers to like -1. You can have -2 and the like. So the way you can know what kind of number that you have is you can use the type function that is built into Python. And let's say we type 1 here, we can run this and it tells us here, down here, that you see the int written out here in the output that is an integer. And the way Python describes this, it uses the type called int to just describe it. Okay, if you typed in another number, say a negative number 6 here, it would also tell you that it's an integer, right? Let's type in 0 and see what type it is. Okay, it also tells us it's an integer. And there are several other types that we can have. So let's go ahead and check the other number types that we have. Okay, so let's do this and check what type of number is this. 2.5, and it will tell us that it's a floating point number. So that's how we deal with decimals. Also in Python it's called a float, and these can also be negative as well. So if you wanted, you could just use the negation sign here, and it's also a floating point number that you have here. And then what other type of number can we have? So let me go ahead and then let's try this. What's the type of this number? Let's say we have 3 plus 2j. These are numbers in the complex space, so it tells us that it's a complex number. Okay, so essentially these are the types of numbers that we have. And then you can have what we call text, but in Python it doesn't call it text, even though that is what it means. It doesn't call it text, it calls it a string, and that's the way they are known in computer science language. Okay, so a string is basically a sequence of characters. So ordinarily hello is a string, but if we just wanted to find out the type, and then we can check the type again here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and type it like this, and I expect that we're going to get a mistake, an error, because in Python, when you want to specify that this is a string, it's a text, and it's not a number, you have to use a quotation to surround the text like this. And when you run this again, it tells you correctly that this is a string. And you can have strings of different lengths and containing different kinds of content. Okay, so here we can have a whole string like this, and that I just for now like to do it this way just to make it easy for you to remember. So let me type a whole message. This is also a string, and when you test it out, it is like this. So essentially these are the basic types of data that you can have and you can process with your Python scripts that you write. But you see, the way I have typed these numbers out here, it is not possible for me to use these numbers or text that I've typed here later, if I wanted to repeat or reuse what I typed here, I have to type it out all entirely again, all over. And that's where variables come in. So variables allow you to remember your information that you type into Python. Okay, so there are, and in Python, there are simple rules for creating variables. Number one, you need a name, okay, a name for the variable, so that if you wanted to refer to that value again later on, you can use the name. So usually you can have a name like, say I have a number and it's my salary. I can store it in a meaningful variable like this. I'll call it salary. And the way you store the value is to use the equal sign, which in Python is called the assignment operator. And then we give it the value that we want. And by running this, we won't see anything in the output, but salary now has the value 124. Okay, and later on, anywhere in the program, if I want to create a new reuse or refer to the value 124, I only have to reference the salary variable, and you can see automatically that it shows me the value that I have stored over there. And that is the power of variables. In the same way, I could create another variable. And so the whole idea is to use a meaningful word, or in fact you can have there depending on the kind of data that you are trying to store, you could use even a longer form of just by combining words and create very meaningful words that you use to store values. The only thing is that when you're working with variables, there are keywords that Python has reserved for itself, and it does not want you to, it will not even permit you to use those keywords. And let's see, we can check out those keywords that have been reserved in Python that you cannot use for variable names. And here we can search for those keywords here. Let me see how many of them there are. Yes, so here is a list of Python keywords. And so any of these words here, if you used it as a variable name, it would give you an error. Okay, so if you want, we can try it. Apart from these keywords, you can use any word that you want. So for example, you cannot store a variable as not, okay, and say like this. You cannot store not as a variable. Okay, so but then maybe if you wanted to, for whatever reason, use this word not in your variable name, perhaps you can combine it with some other word. And if we did this, as long as it's not a keyword in Python, it would be able to work out. So this is a very quick summary of Python data types and variables, and just so that you feel very confident about going forward, these are the key concepts that I feel you need to understand before you move forward. So let me know if this short video here is useful for your understanding. Thank you.